Hello dear, welcome to my YouTube channel. How you all doing? This is the sewing part of our insert shawl, lapel or collar video, so enjoy. Here is the pattern that I drafted in my last video. I will drop the link for you to go and watch it so that you can understand how I come up with this pattern. So I've used it to cut on my fabric. Remember in that video I mentioned that I will be adding all my seam allowance on the pattern, which I did. So with this now I don't need to add seam allowance to any part again because I've drafted this pattern with my seam allowance complete. So I just cut directly. This is for the front and this is for the back, and it's a princess dart pattern. So I'm going to cut this place now. For the front I will be cutting this off, and for the back I will also be cutting this too. Then I will now go to my sewing machine and sew them together and sew this place too together. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So this is for the back. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine now. I will place them right side face each other like this and sew this together, then also sew this with half an inch, place it like this and sew it with the half an inch seam allowance that I add. So I'm going to do that now and also do the same thing to the lining. Then this is for the front. So this is for the front now. I'm still going to place these two together in this place. Sew it here. Sew it here. That's all for the front. Then I'll do the same thing to the lining. Then come back to show you. So I've sewn it already. So I've sewn it now. I've sewn the princess dart line. Sew the princess dart line. And also sew it at the back too. So this is it. I've sewn it. Then I iron it inside. So what I did here was that I just placed the back right side face each other on the front and sew the shoulder with my half an inch seam allowance. So this is the seam now. So I just sew this place, sew my half an inch seam allowance, place the right side face each other, then give it a good press. Then this is my lining too. I do the same thing with my lining as well. So I've already sewed them now together. I'll open this flat this way, then place the back side, right side face each other. Remember we added 1.5 inches for the seam allowance, but I will be using half inch, so it will remain 1 inch to join the back and the front. This is how it's going to be. Then I'm just going to sew this side here, here, here and here. I'm not going to touch the neck because this is where I'm going to place the neck, and that's the reason why I sew the lining shoulder separate and the fabric shoulder separate. So this place should be open and my arm too will be open. So I'll go to my sewing machine now and sew it that way and come back to show you. So here is not sew the side together. I just secure the lining with the fabric at the side. So this is it. I've also done it on this other side too. So this side is still open and the neck area is still open. So the next thing to do now is I'm going to place it this way. Then I'm going to measure from this end. I'll measure from this end round. Here I'm having 45 inches. So I just measure. This is where I measure now. Here like this. So I have 45 inches. So I'm going to cut a fabric of 45 inches by 9 inches. This is it. I've already cut it and it's 45 inches long by 9 inches. So if you open it this way, it's 9 inches. So I just fold it into two, then iron it. So then iron it. So I finish ironing it. I will be having 4.5 inches. Bring out the clothes I've already sewn. Then I will start with the back. I'm going to place it this way, the center of the back, and I will mark the center of this, which is here. So I'll place it from inside because I want to close the neck now. I'll place it inside this way. This is the center, the line, and this is the center of my collar, right? So I will place it this way. Then I also place the back one on it this way. Then I'm going to sew it half an inch. I'm going to do the same thing all to the front, and I'll sew it half an inch all round, right? So let me pin this. I'll pin this way. After you finish sewing, this is how it should look like. So I'm going to sew it with half an inch too. Then I will be having it this way all around. So I will do that now. I'll come back to show you. So this is it. I've already sewn it now. So this, you can see how I place it inside to sew, right? So in that way, to be neat finish, both inside and outside. So this is how I've done it. So if you open it, this is how it's inside. Then what I'm going to do now, so you can see that instead of leaving it this way, I will flip it like this, and I will iron it very flat. This side to the same thing. I will also iron it very flat here too. So with this now, our chocolate has already formed. So you can either lap it this way or lap it this way, whichever way you want it. So now what I will do is that I will iron it like this. So when I want to place the down part, I will place it, instead of placing it like this, I'm placing it from here like this. So this will already relax this way. So what I'm going to go to my sewing machine now, and I'm going to sew the side. I will shape in the side now. So I will just shape the both side, then measure my armhole and cut my sleeve. I've gone ahead to cut my basic sleeve, and I will join it to the blouse at the armhole. So go ahead and cut your sleeve and join it to the blouse. We have joined it at this side, join it at this other side too. I've also cut my peplum too. So this is 1440 degree flare, and you can see how full it is, very full guys. This 144 degree flare is 360 or full circle in 4 places, and I cut it at once with my lining as well. I fold my lining with my fabric and I cut it just once. You need to watch that video. I cut this peplum, I fold the fabric to cut one. To save your time, you need to look for easy way to be cutting your fabrics, right? To cut just once. So that's why you need to watch this video on how to cut this. I don't want this video to be too long. That's the reason why I separated it. So I've cut this now. So I'm going to attach this now to the down part. Right side face each other this way, right? Then sew it with half an inch, turn it to already join to the front and back. You know how to attach this already. How you join your upper part with your down part. So it was 2 yard and some inches. It was not up to 2.5 yard. So I needed to manage it, and I use it to also cut this flare. That's the reason why you need to watch that video on how to cut your flare to save your fabric and especially your time too. So all together here is just 2 yard and some inches that I used to make this dress. So please go ahead to watch that video. I'll be uploading it after this video. Once you are seeing this video now, you should check my channel to check for the 144 degree peplum flare on how to cut it, right? So I'm going to go ahead now and attach this to this. Then when I finish attaching that, then I will also attach my the rope too. You can see them, I've already cut it. So I just do this one. I make use of 2.5 inches. It's just a normal way now. You just fold them into two to cut your rope, right? Cut them in 4 places, two wide one and two small ones. So this two small one will be inside, while this wide one will be outside. So this one, I'm going to place it here. By the time I finish joining the down part, I will place this here like this and sew this one. Then you know this one is going to come this way. So I need to tie it here. So I will place this one too here like this. So to tie this together, so I'll place it like this. Then to tie this together here, then I will now bring this one here like this to form my wrap. Then I'll place this one here like this, right? So then also sew this one too at the side here too. So this is what I will now tie here this way, right? So this is how it will form. Why this is here? So this one I will now tie it at the side here, and it will look so beautiful. So I'm going to do that now, then show you the final look. Thank you so much for watching to this end. Please, if you have not yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, like and comment. God bless you. Bye.